Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video counting down what are, in my opinion, the top 10 worst episodes in the AMC Walking Dead television series up to the start of Season 6. So even though it is difficult to make, it's difficult to kind of, count which ones are the worst out of the whole series because we have so many episodes now at this point, and so many seasons. Which ones are the worst? It's difficult, but I'm going to give you guys my list. So this is my opinion on which episodes I felt were the worst, and you can write down your least favorite below or which ones you thought were the worst below. So getting things started off, we'll start with number 10. So at number 10, we got to go back to Season 2 now. Season 2, Episode 2, Bloodletting. Yeah, coming up off of What Lies Ahead, an amazing premiere. We had a really slow second episode. It killed the drive. I mean, the season started off with such an amazing premiere, and the second episode just killed it. It was pretty boring. The end of it wasn't too bad, because you had the stuff with Shane and Otis and that. But just up till there with Carl being injured and that, yeah, we were kind of worried. But when it was released, those who read the comic book series kind of knew he was going to make it anyway. So it really took a little bit of that kind of excitement off of it, because we all figured, well, for sure he's going to live anyway. And sure enough, he did. And it just made for an episode that wasn't really all that great all around, kind of boring. So that's number 10. Number 9. Number 9 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 16, the finale, Welcome to the Tombs. And I put this on the list because it is a finale. This one is one of the most disappointing episodes in the entire series. Now, if it was a regular episode, it wouldn't be anywhere near here. But it isn't. It's a season finale, and it isn't even as good as the episode prior, The Sorrowful Life, where, we have obviously a huge character death, and it's really exciting, really well shot, and everything like that. This one, we all thought it was going to be the end of, the governor and the kind of the prison Woodbury war story arc, and they went a totally different way from where we thought they were going to go, and it just didn't really feel right. The whole episode didn't feel right. Even when I watch it now, I did a throwback review for this like a month or two ago, a couple months ago, before the premiere of the second half of Season 5, and I just talked a bit about how off the episode fell. It's just a weird episode. It doesn't feel right, and the outcome, it doesn't 100% make sense to me that you would have such few casualties in that. It was just weird, when the actual fight went down. It was really strange. So that's Season 3, Episode 16, Welcome to the Tombs. Number 8. Number 8 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 14, Prey. So another episode a lot of people hated. I personally don't dislike it that much. I think it's pretty good. It's got the horror feel, and I did like it a lot when it came out the first time, of the governor kind of chasing Andrea, and I thought the ending was pretty brilliant, how Rick thinks he sees her, but it's kind of like, he's been seeing things. So he doesn't know if he really saw her, did he really catch a glimpse, or is he just losing his head? And he thinks, of course, he's kind of losing it. He sees things. So I don't personally hate this one that much, but I have factored in what I've seen in terms of comments, and I do feel like I'm one of the better people to make a list like this because I've seen your guys' comments over 5 seasons now. Also, since the beginning of the show, I've seen comments online as I've been doing my reviews and stuff. People say, no, this episode sucks or that or whatever. So I put Prey on here because it's kind of your guys' opinion affects the list as well too, from what I've seen, the backlash, so to speak, of some weaker episodes. So that's Prey at number 8. Number 7 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 11, Judge, Jury, Executioner, simply for the ending. Well, I mean, mostly the ending, but also the part where you have, they're arguing about what to do with Randall. You've got Dale. He argues with everybody, and then at the end of the episode, he just gets killed off. And it's really sad. It's really kind of pathetic. There's just like one zombie that takes him down. It also does some weird stuff for Carl because Carl didn't let them know prior. It's just weird. They didn't really know. He didn't want to be a part of the show anymore, so it seemed like it was a snap judgment decision to just kill him off because he didn't want to be on the show, or they didn't want him because he was too close to Frank Darabont. So it's a damn shame. Herschel kind of fills his shoes to a degree afterwards, which worked out pretty good, but it is a shame, and the episode itself is not great. Season 2, Episode 11, Judge, Jury, Executioner, number 7. Number 6 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 6, Secrets. So this is part of that Season 2 kind of first half where you have a lot of slow parts where not that much is happening, and there was a lot of stuff that probably could have been cut out. There's some okay stuff in terms of development with keeping secrets in that in the episode and what's going on with Lori and Rick and all that. the baby and everything like that. So that's not too bad. But it's just that farm was getting so stale, just seeing nothing happen. It's like a zombie apocalypse show without hardly any zombies for a good portion of season 2. So I'm going to put this one at number 6. That's Secrets, weak episode. Now into our top 5. At number 5, season 3, episode 13, Arrow on the Doorpost. So a lot of times this time, second half season, when you're doing 16 episodes, we've been getting them pretty much every season now. This one was episode 13 for season 3, Arrow on the Doorpost. Nothing happens, basically. They meet with each other, they discuss terms, they can't come to terms, they leave. It's kind of a filler episode. It's kind of, an episode where it's like, okay, we need the governor and Rick to actually meet. So that was cool to see them face-to-face, and Martinez and Daryl, kind of their second-in-commands, kind of sizing each other up was cool. So those were decent parts. But all around the episode, just nothing happens. Nothing progresses, and it doesn't change the overall story anyway. So that's number 5, Arrow on the Doorpost. Number 4, Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 4, Slabtown. So our first episode from Season 5 I've included in the list for this year. This one needs to be on there, I will say, because this episode doesn't make sense, after the end of Season 5. We'll probably never see those characters again, that were there. They were hardly, aside from us kind of getting to know our enemy type deal and getting to see where Beth's situation is and, Carol and that and how that worked out. But like even the music that was used in the episode, a lot of just really weird feels from the episode. And even though it was really cool to see where Beth was at again, it was disappointing. We got to see it, but it's like, I don't know, the whole thing just feels so useless now after season 5 because Beth just gets killed anyway, right? Don gets killed anyway. We'll probably never see those characters in that hospital again anyway. So it's one of those episodes where when you watch it the first time, it's decent. It's not on par with the others, but it's not too bad. I actually did like it the first time over and think it was pretty decent. But in retrospect, it's like, what does it do for the series? Nothing. It just gives us another perspective on it, and totally useless after all. Aside from getting to know our enemy, a lot of the stuff in the episode could have been cut. We didn't need to see a lot of what happened in that episode. They could have really shaved that off and cut that down. So that's number 4. Kind of a disappointment. We find out what happened to Beth, but it definitely wasn't an exciting episode. When you look at the episode objectively, it's just not. Yeah, it's definitely not a great episode. Number 3, The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 9, Them. So, Them. I'm going to put this at number 3. Again, just like Season 3, we had Arrow on the Doorpost. Season 4, it had its own 2 that we'll get to. But for Season 5, it was Them. Them was just, for me, not a great episode. I didn't like it at all. Actually, did I say Episode 9? Episode 10, I mean. Season 5, Episode 10. Just not a great episode all around. Didn't like the episode. Was kind of boring all the way through. The final scene was decent with the tornado or whatever it was, hurricane or whatever. And the barn door was cool. But the whole rest of the episode was useless. I mean, useless. And that's why I have to put it on the list. Also because it was at a pretty exciting time in the series, and we were getting ready for Alexandria and all that. And it just was such a downer, just such a boring, down episode. I was just like, oh man, this is really, every season we're going to get them. Now, for season 6, I'm going to expect it. Once the first half ends, when we get into the second half, I'm going to be like, yeah, the premiere should be decent, but then after that, we're going to get a couple episodes in the next few that are probably going to suck. And I'm sure every season we'll probably get that. For this season, it was Them. Not a terrible episode, compared to a lot of other shows, but compared to Walking Dead standards, not up to Walking Dead standards. Boring episode is Them. That brings us to number 2. Number 2 is season 2, episode 4, Cherokee Rose. Another episode. We're looking around. We're trying to find Sophia. We've got the stuff with Daryl and Carol, which is good with the roses and that. But again, it's just another one of those season 2 episodes where not a lot happens and not a lot in the episode. I mean, I've almost no zombies at all. Was this the one with the well zombie? I don't even remember. But in and around here, we had the well zombie, and it was just like, oh man, just nothing going on. Just one of the worst episodes of any show. I mean, it was so disappointing compared to season 1, and I got to thinking at that time, I was like, wow, is this kind of what it's going to be like if they're going to do more than 6 episodes a season? Because this is weak. So definitely that one for me is one of the weakest episodes ever. Put it at number 2. Number 1, the worst episode in The Walking Dead ever for me has to be The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 12, Still. You guys knew it. You know, it hasn't changed this year. Yes, them and Slabtown were a bit weak, but nothing's as weak as Still was. Still is the weakest episode of The Walking Dead ever made. I wouldn't be surprised if nothing dethrones this one, meaning going into season 6, 7, 8, however many we get. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all better than Still. I really wouldn't, because Still is about as bad of an episode as you could ever get. I mean, do I even have to go into detail? I think you guys know at this point. We've talked about it enough. I don't think I really need to, but I do still feel like it's the worst episode ever. Beth wants to go get drunk after seeing her dad get killed and all this stuff. Doesn't want to look for her sister, doesn't want to look for the other people in the group, just wants to go get drunk. That's what she wants to do. Weird episode, awkward. Yes, some people have brought up the point that now that Beth is dead later on and what happens in season 5, it kind of makes the episode a bit better because we got to see them spend time. We can see why Daryl was so upset and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree with you, but it doesn't change the fact that episode by itself was a terrible episode. It does not change that fact at all. So that's going to be number one worst in all the series for me. I'll be surprised if it gets taken out by something in season 6. But with them doing so many episodes, doing 16 episodes a season, it's possible. But definitely at this point, for me, it is the worst episode of The Walking Dead. So there's the update list for this year. We'll update it next year if we get some bad episodes in Season 6. Let's hope I don't have to make this video next year, because if Season 6 is all great all the way through, it won't be applicable. It'll only be applicable if they have some bad, weak episodes throughout the season. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think. Write your comments below. What's your least favorite episode in all of The Walking Dead? For Trev, it's Still. There's no question about it. Still. No contest. And if you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share it below. Use the share tool, share through to Facebook or whatever you got. Favorite it if you wouldn't mind. Also helps out the health of the video. And if you're new and you want to see more from me, almost daily Dead videos, well, I can't back that up right now. I make as many as I can during this time of the year. Go ahead and subscribe, bottom left. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you for the next one. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.